Israel and Iran, once best friends, now FOs. What if I told you that two of the fiercest enemies in the Middle East today were once strong allies, economically, politically, and militarily? What if behind today's headlines of hostility lies a forgotten friendship rooted in shared goals, secret deals, and quiet cooperation? This is the untold story of Iran and Israel, a story of alliance turned animosity, of common enemies shifting loyalties, and a powerful lesson in how fast the world can change. Decades before the current conflict, Iran and Israel were strategic partners. During the 1950s through the 1970s, under the leadership of Iran's Shah, these two nations worked hand in hand out of the spotlight but with deep trust. Israel needed oil. Iran had it. Over 70% of Israel's oil came from Iran. They even built a pipeline together, the Eilat to Ashkelon pipeline, bringing millions of tons of oil directly to Israeli ports, bypassing hostile Arab neighbors. But it wasn't just business. It was politics. It was survival. Back then, Iran and Israel shared a common enemy, Iraq. Both feared its growing power and aggression, and so they formed a silent pact. Iran's secret police, SAVAK, worked with Israel's Mossad and Turkey's intelligence in a trilateral alliance. They shared secrets, launched joint operations, and even supported Kurdish fighters inside Iraq to destabilize their mutual rival. Israeli engineers built infrastructure in Tehran. Israeli professors taught in Iranian schools. Direct flights connected the two nations. Iranian generals trained side by side with Israeli advisors. And then, behind closed doors, they started building something even more ambitious, Project Flower, a secret missile development program that aimed to produce long-range anti-ship missiles. Iran paid in oil. Israel brought the technology. Together, they dreamed of shaping the future of regional defense. But then came the revolution. In 1979, everything changed. The Shah was overthrown. A new regime came to power under Ayatollah Khomeini. The alliance was not just paused, it was shattered. Iran now called Israel the Little Satan. Embassies were closed, flags were burned, and friendships became enmities. And yet, in a twist of history, even as Iran publicly denounced Israel, there were quiet backroom deals. During the brutal Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s, Israel secretly sent weapons to Iran. Why? Because Iraq, still the common enemy, was the greater threat. But that fragile window closed. Iran began funding Hezbollah and Hamas. Proxy wars erupted. Bombs exploded. Assassinations and cyber attacks became the new language of their relationship. The two once friendly nations became locked in a shadow war, fighting not just each other but over influence, power, and survival in a changing Middle East. So what happened? How did two countries, once so aligned in purpose, become sworn enemies? It was ideology. It was revolution. But above all, it was a reminder of how fragile alliances can be and how quickly yesterday's friend can become today's foe. But history also shows us something powerful. That cooperation is possible even in the most unlikely of places. That enemies can find common ground when they face a greater danger. And that in the grand game of geopolitics, no alliance is ever truly permanent. The story of Iran and Israel's forgotten friendship is more than just history. It's a lesson for our time, a reminder to look beyond the headlines, to understand the deeper forces that drive nations together or pull them apart. Because in every conflict, there was once a moment of peace. And maybe, just maybe, understanding the past is the key to shaping a better future. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who loves uncovering the truth behind global affairs. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember, history is never just about the past. It's a mirror to our present and a map to our future. See you in the next story.